Ruby's dream. Thank you for bringing that out. I didn't want to put my life on the line every single day and give me anxiety. I didn't want that. She wanted that because they make a lot of good benefits and income. That's why she wanted it. I did not want that. So for her to say, oh, they messed that up for him. No, I didn't want that. I didn't want to play football either. I was getting hurt and hitting my head every single day and getting bruises I didn't want to do that. I would rather play soccer. But why couldn't we play soccer? Because MJ didn't like the like with the origin of where soccer comes from, like Mexico. Like, so I don't know how.
So who's, because is she Peruvian? Because I saw that on your birth certificate. Okay, so what are you? What's your ethnicity?
I'm half and half, a Mexican and Peruvian. But
so what is MJ?
He's Dominican.
Okay, so do you think that since soccer is more of like that, like, do you think that maybe that's why he was just so adamant against it?
He's like, he would like make comments like that, like jokes like that, like, so that's what I'm trying to say. Like, he would, that's why but it's mind blows me that now that I'm out of the picture, like me, the Mexican, now she's like, oh, like, yeah, it's fine to represent. Like, she wears Mexican flags, she wears Mexican shirts, she wears like,
so you just weren't allowed to really embrace any, does the Mexican come from your father's side, I'm assuming?
Yeah, she wouldn't even let me watch George Lopez because...
Not George Lopez!
But she wouldn't, because he'd be like, oh, Kayl1e. And like, she was like, oh, like, what are you watching that like truthy stuff for? Like, what are you watching that like dumb stuff for? Like, and like, it's mind blows me that as soon as I'm out of the picture, she wants to like claim like, and she wants to talk Hispanic. Like, I don't know if that's because that's the people she's around and she knows that she plays the fake role very good.
I feel like Brie plays that role because I feel like Brie doesn't really know much about her own culture. And now all of a sudden she's like embracing her culture. But like, do you feel like a lot of that may have been just the parental alienation of trying to shut your dad's side out? Because I know you said, like, I saw some of your stuff talking about like, she kept your dad from you pretty much. And I do want to make it clear that that is like extremely possible, and a lot of narcissistic women, and I'm not saying that that's Ruby, but they will make up all these lies about the dad. He left you. Now, I saw that comment, okay, and I'm not impressed with it. There was a comment she left on somebody's thing where it was like the dad that left you and all that. Let me see if I can pull it up because I want to read it to the chat because it's pretty horrific. Did you send me that?
No, I think it's just on her Instagram, on her reels.
Yeah, somebody, what I did with it. But yeah, basically it was just like her just trash talking your dad. Like, she was like, I think it was in a video on TikTok. I'll repost it if I see it. But basically she was just like the dad that left you and didn't want you. And like, that's a lot of times parental alienation. If you truly, your kid, like you would tell your kid like, you know, well, you know, your dad didn't because my dad left us. My mom never said your dad didn't want you. My mom said your dad's got something going on that he just can't be the dad he needs to be right now. I think it's pretty horrific to tell your kids that a parent that brought them into this world didn't want them. So, and clearly you've rekindled with your dad. So how does he feel about the way she alienated him from you?
I don't know. I don't really like talking like about the whole, like that about with him because he doesn't like to. He has never said anything bad like about Ruby. He just like is very surprised and mind blown. Like yeah. So he doesn't.
I mean, I think that's nice that he doesn't say anything bad about her. I think that that's respectable because I mean, at the end of the day, I know y'all are going through a lot, but she is still your mom, you know, at the end of the day. So I think it's respectable that it's like that. But obviously you have high emotions in this right now and your feelings are valid. So I've seen the text messages, but both of y'all have shown text messages between each other. And clearly you both don't talk to each other very nice. So she showed text messages of you texting her and just berating her and telling, I mean, you saw it, didn't you?
Yeah, that's how I felt at that time. Like, I was very angry. I'm seeing my mother here being a people pleaser and doing all this and like disturbing stuff for views and stuff like that. So it's like, oh, it irked me. But now it's just I'm learning to just, that's gonna be Ruby's route, and that's, she just needs to own up to it, and she needs to claim it. She has to stop claiming, like she needs to stop acting like a saint.
So they said, are you against her lifestyle?
Yeah, I am. She goes out every single day. She just drinks and just like wastes her time. Does, who knows what happens when cameras go off? Who knows? Who knows? Only I knew what happened when the cameras went off. So,
well, a lot of times that's the case. I mean, it's the same thing with my kids. Everybody else was like, oh, they're happy, they're great. But then in reality, somebody was pouring hot sauce in their mouth when they wouldn't finish their dinner. And that's how, like, that's the thing that a lot of people don't understand, is it's things that don't leave marks a lot of times. Like, it's just very manipulative tactics that they will do to make the kids listen to them. And so, I mean, like, do I think you were another Gabriel Fernandez? No, I don't think that. Do I think that you probably would have been harmed way worse after running away and all that? Abso-freaking-lutely. But I think the huge thing here is the mental manipulation that you are put through. And then it's like, I mean, because I even said to her, like, some of the things she has said to you, like, she knows you're going to see it. She knows you are going to see the mean shit she has said about disowning you, or that you're this and that, and that she shouldn't say things like that. And I asked her, I said, do you still love your son? And she was like, absolutely. And I said, are you okay with me telling him that? And she said, absolutely. So she does love you. I think that she just has some sort of there's something that, I mean, clearly therapy is needed on all ends, you know? And I know it's got to be painful to see your mom do stuff that she does online and not, and watch your siblings possibly going through the same thing you went through. And it's probably a very helpless feeling. So let's address the phone call. I'm not going to play it because she's a minor. But I have heard the recording of the phone call, and I'm just going to address the fact that there was no threatening words said at all in the phone call. Yeah, they're all just talking about how she's on a yacht right now. So when you talked to your sister, you tell me, how did you feel when you saw your sister come on your mom's live?
I was very hurt because, like I said, like I'm very scared that she's gonna like make them, like she's gonna really like lie to them so much that they're gonna end up believing like, okay, yeah, maybe Alan was the problem, or maybe he was like how she says, like, because that's what she almost did she was trying to do to me with my father. She would tell me like, oh, he was this way, and he left you for rugs, and she would always tell me that, like, and it's, so I feel like she is gonna try to like manipulate them into believing what she believes, and it's hurtful because I love them a lot. So it's yeah.
I think you should and I'm sure you will always leave the door open for them to contact you. And I told her the same thing, that if it's what Ruby says it is, say it is, you know, saying the things she's saying will never lead to you coming back. And that she should just, she said her piece and leave it be. Don't talk about it anymore if that's the case, and wait for you instead of fighting you, because that's never going to work. That's never going to make you come back if what she was saying is true. You see what I'm saying? So hold on. Someone in the chat said it's a form of grooming and alienation to family members. Legal Beagle somebody pinned Legal Beagle's comments because I don't know what they're referring to. So somebody said, I want to hear the full recording. What if it was cut? So I've heard the full recording. So one thing you'll have to remember is this was recorded in California, and California is a two-party consent state. So, and also the fact she's a minor. So I don't know how all that works. If a lawyer wants to give some advice on that, by all means, contact Alan, contact me, somebody. But as far as that, I'm not going to put the child out there like that. but holding on to the past doesn't lead to a good future. Yes, exactly. So that's why I think like once Alan gets his story out and Ruby said her side, that from that point moving forward, but Alan's story hasn't been able to be told. So yeah, the call is on a T page, but that's not the full call. That's literally the beginning of the call. And what it appears like is that the daughter, is it Leilani? She answered the phone, and because did you call from a blocked number?
Yeah.
So she was like, she didn't know who it was, and clearly she's young, so she was probably like, "Oh my god, a blocked number is calling me. What is this?" Because then like once that part, because you were like, you kept saying like, "Hello, hello." And then when she finally answers, she was like, "Who is this?" And you told her it was you. The call is like 45 minutes long, y'all. That little clip was not the full call, but it didn't sound like the point was people seeing that it didn't sound like Alan was calling and threatening somebody. In fact, she even states at one point that he could call her back. Just to be clear. And I know some people were asking, like, why did you ask her if they were at the house? And you were like, I drove by, I saw there's lights on or whatever. They want you to clarify, like, why you were saying that. Was it just to make sure that, Ruby wasn't around, that they were safe?
Known that Ruby wasn't around because she was at the MILF house online with MJ. So I had known that they were back at home, and I just wanted to, talk to her. That's the reason why I made the recording, is to like record our moment talking. And so the reason why I asked her, like, oh, like what, like, where are you? Like, and it's because, yeah, I was trying to see if she really was with the babysitter or nanny that I wanted to clarify.
Is Bertha real? That's what I want to know. I need clarification on Bertha, the nanny.
Because there's not been no little proof. Like, and Ruby is the type to show everything. She's the type to show everything. So the fact that there's no ounce of proof of there being a nanny scares me very, very much. It makes me feel like maybe the nanny is my sister sometimes. Like, whenever Ruby doesn't want to drive all the way she doesn't want to drive 20 minutes to drop off the kids just to go she lives like 10 minutes away from a plaza that has the bars and stuff. So she doesn't want to go out of her way to go. I feel like she wouldn't go out of her way to go drop off the kids just to go to a bar. She's going to leave she's going to leave my sister there. That's what she would do to us. I don't believe that there's a nanny. I don't believe that, but I want her to I've been waiting for her to prove us wrong. We've all been waiting to see a nanny, but I feel like the nanny is my sister.
I mean, I feel like if we could have proof of Bertha, then maybe there'd be some answers. But I mean, it would be so easy to just pay someone to come out and say their name's Bertha. What a odd look. I just don't see somebody being named Bertha in this day and age, but that's just me. Let's see.
I'm sure there's even like photos of Bertha around the kids or something that she could send you, like a screenshot of, oh, this is the timestamp of them with Bertha. Like, but no, there's never been nothing of no Bertha, no, nothing. But
so people keep saying there's now. Are y'all saying there's a clip of your sister saying she got spanked for making a sandwich or something?
Oh yeah, so she said like, oh, we would go downstairs and have to sneak snacks and that I would like spank them for doing that. No, that was not true. That all of us were in the same situation. We would all try to go sneak snacks for each other. And then when Ruby and MJ would find the wrappers, or they'd be like, oh, where'd all the food go? Or they'd find like the wrappers in the trash. They'd like that. And that would be another reason for them to hit us very, very, very hard. Like, it's just because we were striving, like we were trying to get snacks, like we were starving.
Was it kind of like a thing like, it's not dinner time yet, y'all can't eat or whatever, and then you got served like your amount and then you weren't allowed to get more, basically?
No, I was allowed to get more after dinner. It's just, I'm of the food. It's just like before dinner, you can't like.
So it was just super strict rules.
Yeah, and like rules that were just controlling, like. So it's like, oh yeah, we couldn't eat snacks before dinner, but she would always cook dinner around like 10 p.m. She would cook dinner very, very late. The whole 2 years that Like I've had to train my stomach to eat throughout the day and eat and know that I'm gonna eat more later. Like that's fine. Like I tell like I'm like, oh, like what's the point of eating now? I'm gonna eat later. Like that's what I tell myself. But it's like no, I should be able to eat then and eat now. But since Ruby always fed us like around like 10 p.m. and she fed us dinner late, always it was always late. My stomach has gotten used to that.
So somebody said the sister slipped up and said I was whooped for making a sandwich, and Ruby's face looked shocked. So when did she supposedly say that, y'all? Are they saying that she said that during the interview? Somebody clarify that. So the EBT situation, do you know for a fact that she has EBT? I mean, she admitted to me that at one point in time she had EBT. She wasn't ashamed about that, you know, she was struggling at one point. But like since they've had money enough to have 40 grand hidden in a closet, do they use EBT?
That's another lie that she's just claimed. She continues till this day gets EBT because I had somebody do an who worked for them do like not investigation but just look her up and do their work on her, and that's who provided the screenshots for those. There's proof that she still has EBT, that it's active.
Okay. Is that in those screenshots you sent me?
No, that's not in the screenshot. I think it's already a post on TikTok that just shows like.
Somebody tag me in that if somebody can find that, or you tag me. Somebody, Chiz Mama said, def no shame in EBT, but having that and keeping food from kids is crazy. Which is crazy because if you have 8 kids and you got EBT, girl, I know you was pulling. I mean, those grocery trips were bomb, is all I'm saying. Because look, when I was in the struggle bus and I had EBT and it was just me and my son on it, I was getting like $500 a month. So I know dang well 8 kids was bringing in the bank for some food.
No, that's the thing. Yeah, it was. Each card had like 600 something on it. But that's the thing. She wouldn't even use the EBT card. She wouldn't even use them. She had so much like money, like she would just use cash. She wouldn't. Or maybe it's her pride. I don't know. Like
so she got EBT, but she didn't use it.
Yeah, she has it, but she just, trust me, the cards that I called on she gave me cards, like 6 of them, and I called to see how much amount of like money they have on them, and each of one of them had like $600 something on for like food or for like EBT something, you know? So yeah.
That's crazy.
But yeah, she doesn't use the EBT. Yes, she won't give me my EBT card. She won't send me, and mind you, I didn't take my EBT card, so she still has that. The reason I didn't take my EBT card is because I knew I didn't want to use it. I didn't want to get tracked. I didn't want to, you know, so I took my Medi-Cal card, I took my Social Security card, and I took my birth certificate. So she still, to this day, has my Medi-Cal, but she won't mail it to me or anything.
So I mean, I'm gonna have to investigate on the, like, I want you to show me that paper. I don't have to show anybody that, but because you're 18, you should be able to get all of that. Like, I can understand that maybe it's complicated because they have to take you off her case and move it, but we got to get that figured out.
Yeah, so I've tried calling. They say since you were still reported under her household. I don't know how different it is in California, if it's 21 or something, I don't know. But they said like since you're still under her household, she has to call and take you off. Like, so I've tried. I'm gonna continue trying, but she's making it like a headache for me.
Yeah. So